garage. Welcome to another episode of the Sweetheart Roadster. So in the last episode we made what seemed like a lot of headway just because we had the cars so far apart, but we were able to put the body back on the chassis with my reproduction sub rails and just kind of set everything there and start figuring out what needed to happen. What I was finding was we were just fighting because the body was kind of sitting funny, the sub rails were sitting not right. I couldn't really get a good measurement or get everything to sit right, so I went ahead and bought online, even though I'm not going to use them on the Deuce chassis, I went and bought a set of these reproduction wood blocks, because again we need to get this car back to stock measurements and fit up like stock before I can go and put it on a Deuce chassis. So I bought a set of these brand new reproduction wood blocks for a 3031 Roadster. They're like 50 bucks, 60 bucks, and even though I'm not going to use them this project, I'm going to put them on the shelf and keep them for every time I do a Roadster like this. I got them on the shelf and they'll pay for themselves. So these are all the middle and rear ones here. I've already kind of shoved in, Mike and I have shoved the front ones in that are the ones I really need right now to get some locations going. So we got these fit in. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to start pushing in on the cowl to get everything to line up, get the bolt holes to go through the brackets on the frame, through the wood blocks that are reproduction, and then I can transfer some marks into the pieces that we made in previous episodes, drill some holes, get stuff bolted down, and then we can start working our way back and make all the panels fit. So I'm going to start working on this side, and once we get it set up, we'll show you on the other side of the process. Reproduction body blocks in the front mounted in. They were really important because I was just trying to flop the front end around. It just wasn't working. It was fighting us. I wasn't sure if it was maybe I welded these intermediate pieces in a little off canter or something. It was fighting us, or if it was our sub rails. Wasn't quite sure. So I got the blocks in. We got the other side, 2 bolts in place and it in. So we're pretty happy over there. Over here, so what we're ended up doing, I want to show you guys, when you're building one of these, ratchet straps are your friend. Mike and I were fighting trying to push our body on it to get it to fit. It's just not good. But we get a cheap set of ratchet straps. I got it wrapped around our intermediate piece here and in and hooked into the frame. And all it took was 3 little clicks, and we got this thing pulled in. The bolt holes in the bottom and the wood blocks and the mount on the frame are all lining up now. We can draw it in. So what I can do is I can run drill holes up through the center of those, and we can run bolts through and clamp everything down so that we're happy, it's solid, before we actually weld our sub rails to the front cap. So we're happy with how everything sits. But these ratchet straps are kind of a lifesaver with doing something like this that's you're building a car out of nothing. So I'm going to transfer these holes over, and I'm going to show you guys a quick little trick while I'm still talking. What you can do is to transfer the holes, I get one of these grease pens or grease markers, whatever you want to call it, to mark on metal. And what I do is I take a bolt and smudge some of that on the end there. And unlike a paint marker, it's not going to dry on us. We can shove that up in there, turn the bolt back and forth. It's going to leave a little round circle so we know exactly where we need to drill our hole, and everything will fit up and line up. So let me get this marked, we'll get it drilled, and then hopefully we'll have a cowl that kind of fits now. so after a little bit of help with the ratchet straps, we got everything bolted together. We pulled in the feet at the cowl, got everything so that the sub rails kind of flow how they're supposed to flow. And I drove some holes up through the bottom, ran some bolts through, we tightened everything down, and now we got the 3 real important bolts on the cowl, the 2 in the front that we did not touch, and then the 2 that we added that go through the wood blocks and up through those intermediate pieces that I made a couple of episodes ago. And now this thing is probably more solid than it has been, even with the back end flopping around. This is probably more solid than this thing has been in 20 years or something like that. So I'm really happy with how this came together. It's solid. You can see we got this door in place. I still have it loose so I can play around with the front there, but I got this door latched and it's fitting with the quarter half decent. So I'm pretty happy. So we're going to start working our way back. The only snafu that I found here along the way was the little feet at the A-pillar at the bottom I made. They're just cocked a little too far out, so they missed the bolt holes that we were drilling. They're supposed to go through the wood blocks. So I'm going to take a little pie cut out of them, adjust them forward, and weld them up. That's just part of building something from nothing. If that's the biggest issue that I have with this part of the project, I'm really happy. So now that we got this in place, we're going to start working back. I need to adjust the driver's side where we braced it up. I got to kind of release it and get the quarter panel sitting how we want, so the door latches. And we're going to put the rest of the wood blocks in, and then we should be able to just start making our pieces and working our way back, and hopefully soon we're going to have a car. So that's all I got for this episode. Thanks guys as always for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, anything you guys can do to get more people watching this. If you think it's helpful, leave us a comment. Thanks guys. Catch you later.